Hello everybody, it's Mary with Stamps-N-Lingers, and it is Thursday at, I don't even know, 1 o'clock, which means it's time for a Facebook Live video. Oh goody, my phone was acting odd and looking weird, and I thought maybe Facebook had made an update, and I was afraid we were going to be upside down, but it appears we are right side up, at least it is on my computer. So we are cooking with gas starting from the get-go. I hope y'all are having a great week. We finally have some decent weather. It's a little bit cloudy today, but after raining cats and dogs 2 days ago, without any of the lightning and thunder and tornadic activity that they had kind of told us was going to come, we are now into, looks like doors and windows open weather. So it's just in time for the pine to start blooming and sending its yellow stuff all over. Speaking of blossoms, this is the Forever Blossoms set that I've used. You might recognize it. It's from the annual catalog. And it is retiring, so that means you are only going to be able to get it until the end of the last chance product sale. So if you are interested in it, you need to take a look. It is absolutely positively not in the next catalog. Hey Debbie, hi Joan, hi Carol, appreciate you guys coming. The other thing I've used that is also retiring is the Wondermus Bark 3D embossing folder. We'll have a moment of silence, please, for the upcoming demise of the Bark 3D embossing folder. Okay, that's enough, because there's some really cool new ones coming. So don't be afraid, but if you want the bark one, you need to get it now. Just saying. Hey, Catherine. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Marva. Hello, Bree. Appreciate y'all coming. And it also uses what amazingly became one of my favorite go-to sets for sentiment labels and actually art labels, because these are really wonderful. The Hippo and Friends dies. It's just a great die set. It has double stitching on these two these two dies, and then a nice raised edge for a little more formal look on these. And they are great for sentiments. They're also retiring, but these are actually on sale. So right now you can get them for 20% off, which is a great deal. So I highly recommend that you get these. If you haven't already taken my advice in the last few months, please go ahead and get these now. All right, all of the dimensions will be on my blog tomorrow. Hello, Faith. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Debbie. Appreciate you coming. Yes, I love the bark embossing folder too. It is quite beautimous, and I will miss it. All right, so we're going to make this. Let me just show you the inside right quick. Pretty simple card. This is about as simple as I can get. Oh, and you know what? Well, we'll talk about envelopes in just a second. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. I've got basically the color palette here is crumb cake, pale papaya, and soft succulent. A good set of colors, really. It goes together very nicely. So the first thing I'm going to do is on my card front, I am going to, hi Vicki, hi Marcia, hi Susan. Appreciate you coming. I'm going to take the small single stamp from Forever Blossoms, and I'm going to stamp all over the crumb cake panel with crumb cake ink. Now I know that I am putting a piece in that is this big, so I don't have to go all the way to the center. I mean, if you really are having fun stamping these beautiful little flowers, then knock yourself out. But it seemed like a lot of effort. All I'm really kind of doing here is trying to add a little tone on ton. You know, just this morning I rented this new set of lips, and it doesn't seem to be settling in well. Sorry about that. Okay, so we're just going to stamp it kind of all over, and we'll let that one go. I'm going to go one right there just in case. And then I'm going to take the small single leaf die and do the same kind of interspersed. Okay, so kind of I'm making a tone-on-tone DSP, all my own. No one will ever have this exact DSP ever again. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sue. Hi, Connie. And Anne, appreciate you coming. And I originally played with coloring these, and then I thought, no, I'm going to let the tone-on-tone work and keep it simple, which is really not my jam. If you've been with me at all, you know that this may not look like a simple card to a lot of people, but for me, when there's only like 4 layers instead of 17, it's pretty simple. Just throwing that out there. Okay, Wait, I need one right there. Okay, so that's good. Now I'm going to turn around. Hello, Linda. And I'm going to emboss it in the aforementioned Bark 3D embossing folder. So hang tight for just a half a second, and I will be right back. I mean, not like I'm actually going anywhere. I'm just turned around. I literally swiveled my seat, and I did use the word literally correctly there, because that is exactly what I did. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of liquid glue and adhere this. Hey, Alicia. Hi, Penny. Adhere this to my Pale Papaya Matte. And you could use Stampin' Seal. You know I'm a liquid glue person, and I particularly like it when I'm adhering something that's got a lot of nooks and crannies, like this now bark embossed panel has got. Okay, we'll give that a little rub-a-roo right there. And it can set aside for just a second. And I'm going to pull out my Stamparatus. And I have the big Forever Blossoms stamp already in. And I'm going to take this smaller piece of crumb cake. And I'm going to put it in my Stamparatus. Looks like maybe right there. Yeah. So I'm putting it in the Stamparatus. And I am going to stamp it in, hi Shirley, hi Patty Joe. I'm going to stamp it in Early Espresso. Nice thing about the Stamparatus is that you can stamp and repeat. Now, this is my public service announcement, a general warning. Like many, many dark colors, Early Espresso takes a hot second. If I turn that a little bit, you can literally, again used correctly, literally see that that is still wet. So don't rub your hand over it to see if it's wet. Just look. I promise it is. Because it is, I'm going to do two things here just to throw you off center. I'm going to, because I stamped this image again on my envelope and my inner liner, I'm going to go ahead and do that now so that it's good and dry by the time I get to it. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in generally the same place, and I'm going to use one of the really cool things about the Stamparatus. I'm going to hinge down so that I can move, I don't have to move the stamp, which would mean, in my case, cleaning it so that I didn't get Early Espresso ink all over myself. I'm going to hinge one more time. Okay. I'm kind of liking it right there. So I'll just leave it right there. And then, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over because I really, in fact, already have ink smudged on it, because that's how I roll, people. I'm an ink smudger. I don't wear white t-shirts for that exact reason, because I can smudge ink quicker than anybody you know. I assure you of that. I can do it quicker than anybody you know. All right. I'm going to get it here in just a second. There we go. I like it. Hi, Belinda and Carol and the rest of you. I'm glad you're here watching. That's fun. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. And then I'm going to pick it up and set it aside so that it can dry without my fingers on it. And then I want to do my envelope, but yes, in fact, my little grid paper is wet. So I'm going to pick this up and turn it over. Now I'm going to say something about envelopes. This is one of those cards where I really had trouble deciding, did I want a vanilla envelope? Did I want a white envelope? When I went to put the DSP on, I was like, man, it should be a white envelope, but I really liked how the cream looked. And then what I thought is, what I really wish I had is a craft or crumb cake envelope. And wouldn't it be weird if there happened to be one of those like in the new catalog coming out? I mean, you know, a little foreshadowing. I can neither confirm nor deny that that's what's there, but I'm just saying. There could be a craft envelope of the medium-sized variety in the new catalog, which would be really awesome if it was true. Okay, so all I'm doing here is I'm just fudging around a little bit so that I can get that image where I want it without having to pick it up and touch it. Okay, now very carefully. I'm going to set this aside. Help me remember, I set it off to the right. When I cannot find it in 10 minutes, that's where it is. Okay, let me put our magnet away. All right, so now our original image ought to be just about dry. And I'm gonna double check that by giving it the turn test. So I don't see any really shiny places, but just because me and dark colors have some trouble, I'm just gonna give it a little blast with the #1 setting on my heat tool. Just cause, you know, just cause. While it's sitting here, I'll just grab the inner liner and do the same thing. Okay. Woo! I just got a glimpse of what that looks like on screen. That was really close to the camera, wasn't it? Okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my dark pale papaya and my dark soft succulent to color. To color this image. Okay. And it's not very exact. It's not very artistic. I am totally letting the marks that are made, the shading marks that Stampin' Up! Very thoughtfully provided with this pretty stamp set, do all of the work for me, because that's how I roll. They are the artists. I mean, they have like degrees in art and things like that, and I totally don't. So I figure if they think there should be a shading somewhere, I'm going to go with that. And since I put it in the early espresso, the shading is already there, and this color just kind of pulls it out. Now, don't be panicked. It actually gets a little oranger as it dries on the crumb cake, okay? I can tell you that the light pale papaya does not look so bueno, okay? Just throwing that out there. It doesn't look great, so go ahead and just use the dark one from the jump. And if you decided to use a different color to color your flowers, I would recommend the darker of the blends. So like if you were going to do, oh, I don't know, Daffodil Delight or Fresh Freesia, I would start with the dark one and see whether you like it or not. I'm going to also color the little buds. Again, there's really not a lot of artistic interpretation going on, by which I mean to say none. There is no artistic interpretation going on whatsoever. Hey, Betty, appreciate you coming. Yes, craft envelopes, Penny. Yes, ma'am. All right, we're going to use the brush side because that is so much better. Yeah, I was really excited to see it. So some things have gone away or will go away that I will miss. That happens every year. I have to go through a mourning period. I do. But I think you're going to be happy with the things that are carrying over. If you, for example, if you liked the card that I did this morning for the blog hop, you'll be very happy to know that those two items are carrying over. But y'all remember a couple of things. I just want to tell you this. When they come back in the new catalog, they will not be bundles. Okay, so if you want bundles now, even if they're carrying over, remember you won't get that 10% discount when it comes back in the new catalog. Okay, they'll come back as separate items. So just save yourself a little money and get those right this minute. All right, I'm just coloring everything here, not very expertly, apparently, because I did not take the time to switch to my bullet tip. When you do this, just go ahead and take the time. Put the lid on this side. Switch to the bullet tip when you get ready to do the stem. Okay? Or the stem. I guess that would be the stem. The branch, the stem branch, whatever. This part right here. So I'm going to just be smarter for half a second. Yeah, y'all don't forget. Thank you, Rosie, for the reminder. Saturday nights are on YouTube. I'd love to have y'all over there. And I'd love to have y'all subscribe. I'm aiming for 10,000 people subscribed. I don't know what that gets me. Probably nothing. Except, you know, I think they play some angel song when you hit 10,000. I'm not sure, but I'd like to find out. Okay, so there's that. And really, this is the bulk of the effort. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to, thanks, Dee. Adhere this to a pale papaya mat, and then adhere it to the card front. Bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum bum. Do 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 do. See, dinner and music. No, there's no dinner. Sorry. A card and music. Music and a card. It's like a double whammy. And it's free. Who knew? Who knew that in this day and age you could still get such amazing free entertainment? Right? Amazing is subjective, of course. But there you go. Okay, so I already stamped a sentiment from Forever Blossoms in soft succulent on pale papaya and cut it with the this die. So it's the next to largest of the 3, 4, 5, 6 octagonal die. Okay, next to largest, and it is going to be adhered right about here. But first, I'm going to tie a little bow. Tie a little bow around. Oh, that's not the song. I'm going to use some linen thread. And I have heard tell, and this is a frightening statistic, but I have heard tell that linen thread is on low inventory. Oh, no. So go ahead when you place your order for the Hippo dies and get them on sale because you need those sentiment dies, those sentiment labels. Just get you 4 or 12 rolls of linen thread because Stampin' Dimensionals, toilet paper, and linen thread are things you do not wish to run out of. I would add coffee in there as well. If you're not a coffee drinker, you're wrong, first off. And second off, well, that's actually probably good for your wallet that you don't drink coffee. Okay, here we go. So I've just tied a simple bow out of 2 lengths of the linen thread. Nothing too fancy, nothing fancy. And I'm going to adhere it like right about there. There we go, just about like that with a glue dot. A glue dot. Thank you, Michelle, appreciate that. Thank you, Dee. It's a pretty simple little card. By pretty simple, I mean totally simple. Little stamping, little coloring, a little bow making. Done. All right, now I'm going to double stack some dimensionals where I believe I need dimensionals. We'll put one out here. I think that's probably good that far out. Yep, put one more right there. There we go. All right, and so I'm just going to take these little covers off and then put a second dimensional on top. That is what double stacking dimensionals means. In case you weren't able to figure that out, which I'm certain you were. So you're all going like, Mare, we're not dumb. We can understand the term double stacked. All right, pull these off. Well, I'll tell you, I just need to tell you, I did spend a little time whilst on the treadmill this morning. I just said whilst, like I'm some kind of special. While I was on the treadmill this morning, I was browsing through the new catalog. There are some amazing stamp, and you know what there really are a bunch of is wonderful, wonderful sentiment stamp sets. Really good ones. I'm really happy with the sentiments for certain sure. All right, so we're just going to try to get this on kind of as straight as we can, you know, as straight as my eyeball will do. And then I'm going to see whether I need a little more support. And I kind of want some more, so I'm going to go ahead and double stack another stack. Double up a stack of number stucca. Tea for you. Oh, there's a cool tea set in the new catalog. I think you will love it. Very cute. In fact, it's a whole suite, and it has some really cool, oh my goodness, some of the new DSP. Beauteous. I'm just throwing that out there. All right, now I'm going to take some 2021, 2023 in color jewels. Now, you know, these jewels, I don't think I saw them in the new catalog. Even though the colors are still around, they're going to have a different presentation, if you will, probably. I'd have to look again. I hope they're still there, but I did not do a very good job of making note of that because I love these. These are soft succulent. If you're out of soft succulent, you probably could use Evening Evergreen. I tried that on my first one and pulled them off. I didn't love it, but you might. I'm going to add one right here. You know, that's the cool thing about making cards, is you can do what makes you happy. And that, y'all, is our card front, ready to go. So on our inside, we have the blank. I'm going to leave it blank. You could put a second sentiment in if you wanted, but I chose not to. So I'm going to go ahead and color this right quick with, again, the dark pale papaya blend. Now you're going, oh my gosh, she's going to color this one and the one on the envelope flap. We will be here forever. No, because it's really fast. Because see how fast I'm going? You can't even see the pen moving. I'm going so fast. It's crazy. You're like, Mary, slow down. Slow down, Mary. We can't see what you're doing. Sure you can. Don't be silly. I'm not going that fast. Okay. But really, it doesn't take very long to do this, does it? And I'm still letting the the envelope dry. So normally in a fit of efficiency, I would pull it over here and start coloring it. But I'm going to give myself another little minute for it to dry. Because the early espresso, I must have an exceptionally juicy pad. It seems to be taking a long time. Hey, Betty, I'll bet you're excited. I know that I'll be ordering the catalogs come the 1st of April, and as quick as I can get them turned around, I'll be sending them out. So if you've ordered from me $50 or more, or $100 actually, I'm sorry, in the last 12 months, you are already on my list to get the new catalog. If you would like to be on the list and you're not working with somebody else, go ahead and get your orders in now, and that will automatically result in you getting the new catalog. So like I said, I'll order them on the 1st. They probably won't let me expedite them because they're heavy, but just as soon as I can get them back and turned around, I will mail them out to you. And then you will have them in your hot little hands and be ready to rock and roll. Rock and roll. In color gems are retiring. Yeah, bummer, dude. Bummer. I really, really, really like them a lot. I really like them a lot. But I know that there's a new set of something that will be equally fun in those colors. I'm certain of it. There have to be, because the colors are still around. All right, now I'm using a crumb cake card base. You could, in fact, use very vanilla if you wanted, but I kind of liked liked continuing the tone on tone thing we had going here. So there's that, and then I'm going to pop the card front on with Stampin' Dimensionales. Still keeping the dimensional companies, the dimensional growers in business, 1/2 dimensional at a time. Yes, I could actually do more dimensionals at once if I did not cut them in half, but this will keep them on their toes. Okay. They will never take my dimensional spending for granted, ever. All right. Pull off the lids. That's what I'm calling the covers. Did you know in the military that's what we called our hats? Was covers. I don't know. I guess because it covers your brain bucket. I'm not certain. All right. Be sure I'm putting this on upside right. That would have been good. All right. Isn't that pretty? I love the soft succulent and the pale papaya and the crumb cake. I think it's a very pretty card. Okay. Now let me pull this envelope out, and I'm going to give it a little blast with my heat tool just because. Yay, Sharon! If y'all don't have the Stampin' Up! Heat tool, I highly recommend it. I love that it has 2 settings, so you can use this lower setting to dry those pesky inks that just don't want to dry and want to get all over you. Okay, here's a tip. I want to remind you of the tip. When you're coloring an envelope with a blend, don't press down really hard. If you're going to do that, stick some kind of plastic inside it so that you don't get a bunch of bleed through on the other side, okay? Just saying. Now, on this one, if you wanted to and you wanted it to be a little lighter, you could use the light pale papaya blend and the light soft succulent, but I'm going to go ahead and give it the vibrant color on this vanilla envelope. And isn't that pretty? Doesn't it make you think of Hawaii? I don't know. I don't know what kind of a flower this is. Anybody know? Maybe I choose to decide it's a plumeria, but I don't think that's true. The other thing you want to do, you see how my image goes off of the envelope over here? If you aren't very, very careful, you will get a bleed over. So don't do a lot of coloring like this. Try to color from the center out across the edge like that. It will help you not get that bleed through. Is that to say you will never get bleed through? No. Of course, you will probably get some bleed through at some point. And then I fall back on, it's a handmade card. It's art. That's just its little quirk. Did anybody groan and moan that Mona Lisa had a weird smile? No. They said she was famous. Okay. So it's the same kind of thing. Just don't scrub real hard. Don't scrub real hard at the edge of the envelope. And then whatever comes, comes. Okay? But do give your recipients a little taste of what's to come, the prettiness on the inside. And I'm going to go ahead and be smarter than I was before. I'm less dumb now than I was 20 minutes ago. And switch to the bullet tip, just so I have a little better shot of staying in the lines. I don't know. I don't remember if I was an in the lines color or not when I was a kid. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. I don't even know. So there you go. Whew, no bleed through. Succeeded. And then I used a little bit of the Heart and Home DSP because it's kind of got the colors. Yeah, that's garden green. I know, but it's pretty close. And it's cute, and it has that kind of upright flower look to it. And it's art. But wouldn't that look pretty with a crumb cake craft envelope? Yeah, just throwing it out there. Cherry blossoms. There it is. There it is. All right. And now we'll just do a little quick fussy cut. A fussy cut. Like a shoe. I am going to miss the Heart and Home DSP. I mean, we've got a little while longer on it because it's in the mini catalog, but it's going to be sad to see it go. I can't wait. One month. No, not even a month. What is today? Today is the 24th. On the 1st of April, I can pre-order from the new catalog. What? See, if you're a demonstrator, you get to order new stuff early, which is amazing. And if you sign up soon, like if you sign up actually after the pre-order starts, you can add pre-order items to your starter kit. So you can get $125 worth of new stuff for just $99 and get it all for free shipping. And free shipping, you know, shipping's going up a little bit, so that won't be insignificant to have it be free. All right, there you go, guys. I hope you've liked this card, and I hope that you'll make it. Don't forget, Forever Blossoms is going away when the catalog retires, when the annual catalog retires. And Hippo and Friends is on sale for 20% off. Just get it. Hope to see you on Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your week and the start of your weekend. And thank you so much. Ta. Am I overnighting? Maybe.